How's it going, everyone? Today's goalie tip video is a very interesting one. We're going to be comparing the three goalie classes in a way that's never been done before. Now, whenever I talk about goalie classes with my goalie friends, in LG, I'll see it in the forums, Reddit, throughout the community, a lot of people say this one statement, and that is stand-up feels like the fastest. Now, it's not always stand-up, but most people say stand-up. I hate that sentence because other than one's personal opinion, there is no evidence to back that statement up. And for someone like myself who gives goalie tips, I also have a math degree. I need the numbers, I need the evidence to back it up. I can't say that one feels faster because without the proof, I feel like I would be giving, misinformation for you guys, and I refuse to do that. So I decided to challenge that statement. I decided to get the evidence for you guys, and I tested out the speed of all three goalie builds. Now, based on the builds and the patch notes, stand-up is supposed to be the fastest, hybrid would come in second, and butterfly should be the slowest. Now, my goal was to figure out which build is the fastest, and by exactly how much, 10%, 15%, so you guys would have as much accurate information as possible when deciding which goalie class is best for you. I compared all the goalie classes in three tests: horizontal movement in the crease, vertical movement, and butterfly movement. I chose these three moves instead of a test where I just moved around in a circle because I wanted moves that best represented what we would use in an actual game. And to help lessen the amount of human error in my results, I ran these tests multiple times and in various games. For the horizontal test, I did my best to make sure that my goalie started on the left edge of the crease and then would stop on the right side. All three goalie builds moved at what appears to be the exact same speed. 3 strides and they would end up on the other side of the crease. Now, what's interesting is take a look at the stand-up goalie versus the butterfly goalie. Remember, stand-up is supposed to feel like the fastest, while butterfly should be the slowest, yet it looks like that they match each other stride for stride. Now let's take a look at the butterfly test. Once again, I did my best to make sure that each goalie started with his nutsack on the edge of the crease. I may have been off by about an inch or two on the hybrid clip, but let's take a look at the results. Once again, it looks like there isn't a difference between the three goalie classes. 3 pushes and I'm at the other edge of the crease. Last but not least was the vertical test. And just like the other tests, they appear to move at the same exact speed. I should point out to you guys that the vertical test had the highest chance for human error. I did my best to move straight up and down in the crease. Maybe it wasn't my fault, but sometimes the animation that the goalie would take wasn't always a straight line. In most of my tests, they still moved at the same speed, but there was one test where stand-up was faster and one where hybrid was. As I said, most of the evidence proves that they move at the same speed, but it wouldn't be right if I withheld any information from you guys, so I will disclose that information. After these tests, we now know that the goalie classes all move at the same speed. So what goalie build would I recommend for you guys? The answer is whatever you are comfortable with. Personally, I do use hybrid more than the rest. I like to dabble in stand-up also. But the best goalie class is 99% mental. Jones is a top goalie in LG who leads save percentage in both Xbox and PS4, and he uses the butterfly build, which in the competitive community is actually the least used build. Keep in mind that they all move at the same speed, and nearly all of our saves are going to come down to positioning, and very rarely is it the build that makes the difference. And even if I said that, the hybrid class has a better a better blocker animation, or if the butterfly is better at 5-hole, that would require a test where everything is the same. Shot location, shot angle, shot power, the skater's angle, the skater's speed. So many variables where the only difference is the goalie class, because any change to any of those things would result in a different save calculation, and that is impossible to do for you guys. So for that reason, I won't say things like this, this build is better at 5-hole, or this build is better at high saves, because I would just be blowing smoke up your ass. This part of the video is very important. I 100% believe that the speed attributes, acceleration, agility, that they are different for each goalie. I'm not going to call like EA liars on that. But the fact is that even though the attributes are different, they do move at the same speed, and that leads to an interesting question. How should the goalie classes differ? Should they move at the same speed where the only differences are the reflexes, the high, the low, the 5-hole? Should stand-up be the fastest while butterfly should be the slowest? Or, a more interesting concept, should stand-up be the fastest build only when standing up, to which it would be the slowest while in butterfly? While the opposite would be where if butterfly would be the slowest one when standing up, and butterfly would be the fastest when moving in butterfly. Now, from a developer standpoint, this is probably very difficult to pull off, as it wouldn't surprise me that speed, agility, and acceleration are tied into both movements, but it is an interesting concept. If you have any other ideas on how you would differentiate the builds, I would love to hear about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We learned the truth about the goalie classes in this video. Today we were able to bust a pretty interesting goalie myth. Don't forget to subscribe for more goalie tips, gameplay, and other goalie content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.